Okay, so Saturday afternoon and we're going for our afternoon walk. We're just in Athens, so this is just next to Ammonia Square. You've got the municipality over there, and you've got the bank, the National Bank of Greece behind me. And there's a big square here. I don't know what that square is, but anyway, it's just opposite the municipality. So yeah, we go for a walk every afternoon, which is fairly standard for us, just to get out and about. But we like it. We like it over here because things are normal. While we were in Australia, things were just getting way out of control, and it's very unpredictable as to what was going to happen. I mean, unpredictable in one aspect and predictable in another. I mean, the last lockdown we had, I pretty much picked it to the hour, and when you can sort of do that, it's just a little bit, it's not good. So so I said to Amy, we've got to get out of here, we've got to go back to Greece. So neither Amy or myself are Greeks. We have no Greek heritage at all. We did initially come here in 2019, and we bought a property, which is where we're staying now. It's where our office is and where our unit is. But Australia was really starting to concern us in a lot of ways, making it very difficult to live, very difficult to sort of have any predictability. And the world is global, it's very connected now. And without being connected to the outside world, there's just nothing you can do in regards to plan any business or future or holidays or being reunited with your family and friends. You just can't do anything. You're in a constant state of being held captive by bureaucrats. And classic example is I met one of the top bureaucrats who was in charge of emergency response or whatever, and he was telling me, oh, you won't be able to go back to Europe, and it'll be 2024, and you'll be double vaccinated at least, possibly even with a booster before you'll be able to leave. And I thought, screw that. No one's telling me when I can and cannot leave, particularly when we have assets overseas. And if I don't want to stay in Australia, I'm not going to stay in Australia. So the journey sort of began just to apply for exemption to get the hell out of there, and that's where we are. We're after 5 attempts, we got the exemption to leave, and yeah, we got out, and I'm so pleased to be out of there. You have no idea. This is the winner's grin. So the craziness that is going on in that country is just obscene. So there's just nothing you can compare it to. I mean, apart from George Orwell's 1984. And for me to even draw that analogy, for me to even make that comparison is just a leap too far. And so Australia's economic situation is on the cusp of an absolute collapse. Housing market, we know, is going to be on the downward trend for the long haul, and that's where it's going to be a long haul, long and painful downward spiral through mismanagement. No one would vote for any of those political leaders. Anyway, so here we are in Athens, and things are relatively normal. You still have to wear face masks when you go into your shops or anywhere else that's busy. But apart from that, it's relatively simple, relatively normal, and life is good. It's relaxed. I mean, the anxiety that I felt when I was in Australia, just due to the unpredictable nature of what they were doing, the way they were governing. I don't respect any of those people, so just pleased to be out of there. So, I mean, there are options for getting out. We use basically the fact that we own property over here. We had an issue with a tenant that we had to resolve, so we did use that as an excuse. Yeah, it's quite a long, drawn-out process. Took 5 attempts to get the paperwork drawn up, and even paperwork drawn up from lawyers. And you know, when you have paperwork and drawn up by lawyers and it's still denied by bureaucrats, you kind of wonder what the hell is going on. You'd like to think that they can bring paperwork and arguments and cases forward in a fairly clear manner. You think that would be good enough for a bureaucrat, but not so. But anyway, what we ended up doing was using a multitude of evidence. I think there was about 30 documents that I used, even from photos of the unit that we built at the beginning of the last year to deeds to the property, letters from two lawyers saying that there was an issue. So a lot of paperwork, a lot of professional letterhead there. And anyway, what we did was rename the files to be that of the argument we used on our statutory declaration. So